Everyone's talking about Licorice Pizza these days, right? That's because it's the movie all the critics are falling for.
And here they are!
Oh, it's a film. Alright, people. So we're moving on to the next track. This is track 5 of 10 on the album Kid A. First time listening, of course. You're listening to Des at King of the Pit TV, by the way. At Des Rocksteady. I'm sipping on a voddy right now. So, as we progress through the record, please ignore me if I start to slur my words a little more. So, this one's entitled Treefingers. And I am starting to see or hear a connection with a band called Porcupine Tree, who turned into like a progressive rock / metal band, but initially had more of a psychedelic approach and a little more of a, you know, a hippy dippy approach. And they wrote they write incredibly sad songs from time to time, okay? And use synth and strings and so forth. And especially in their psychedelic era, used the keys a lot and created a lot of fancy soundscapes. I'm hearing a little bit of that in this record. Obviously, I don't think one influenced the other. Who knows? Maybe they did, but you know, I'm starting to find the parallel between acts acts I have heard of before, because you know, initially I came into this and the first two tunes I couldn't really connect the dots and experience. It was a completely new experience. So this is Treefingers, everyone. Kid A, Radiohead. Lesser views on this than the other tunes I've heard so far, so I won't judge it by that. I'll see what my experience is like. A very harmonic sound. Now, I don't know what the correct term is for this, but being a guitarist, I know about natural harmonics, or at least how they sound, and this replicates what I would consider a natural harmonic. Of course, it's just played on the synth and whatnot, maybe, but it's got that high frequency just right up there. Almost like those. I got a friend who, I don't know the name of the instrument, but she has a bowl, and she rolls like some, I don't know what she rolls in it, some ornament within this bowl, and the bowl resonates and creates a frequency such as what we're hearing now. It's a very slow and beautiful progression of chords. Just allowing the chord to swell ever so slowly and just fill up what you're hearing. I like blowing a balloon up really slowly and watching it expand. Little whale-esque noise there, such as the old David Gilmour. Sounds a little bit like Boards of Canada, if you've ever heard of that act. I've only heard a few tunes, but it reminds me of that sort of soundscape. This is a really good record. This would be a good record to create art to if you were a painter or a sculptor or an illustrator of such. It just gives you space to think and space to just be mindful for a moment, as opposed to most music which is like, look at me, look at me. Okay, that was Treefingers. Some may consider that a bridge into the next tune. If this was on a record which didn't sound like what I've heard prior, I would consider that myself, but I have to take it seriously because this is like quite an experimental record as far as my understanding of music goes. I'm too used to people playing blast beats and bloody making a racket or just singing a song in 3 minutes 23 seconds, 120 BPM. So that was Treefingers. It was a nice little bridge of the gap for me. Um, as I said, it was a very mindful piece of music. It allowed me to sort of think, and as a musician, as my form of art, I wouldn't be able to work around it too well because obviously I'll be either harmonizing or clashing with the music in the background. But if I was a visual artist, that would be brilliant to work with. Yeah, really good. So let's move on to the next track. Let's